Just going to use a jigsaw to trim off the excess Dominos on the sides. When I trimmed the tabs, the jigsaw blade wasn't cutting perfectly straight, and I actually cut into the side of the drawer front. I actually did it on both sides, but with the RO90 and some 60 grit, I was able to sand those out pretty easily, and you can't even really tell, and since it's on the side, I think it'll be okay. So I'll do this side next, just to give you an idea. I don't know if this is coming up on film, but there's a pretty good gouge where the blade cut into it, so it's important to make sure your jigsaw is straight and perpendicular to the work surface. I've got it in aggressive mode with some 60 grit granite. I actually worked on the side for really just another minute or two, and I was able to get the gouge taken out. And it's a little bit thinner on the sides, but not much. It's not noticeable at all. And I think when I sand the other sides, it'll blend it in pretty well. The granite paper is some really good stuff. I've just used one sheet of the 60 grit to do both sides, and it's starting to wear just a little bit around the hole, but still has a lot of life left into it. This stuff is awesome paper, especially for dealing with sanding glue and things off. It doesn't load or clog like some of the other papers do, so highly recommend giving this a try if you haven't already. At this point, I'll go through the grits and sand the outside of the drawer, working my way up probably to 240 or so. I may go up to 320. Since it's a drawer front, I typically don't sand, or since it's a drawer assembly, I typically don't sand it as high as I would like a top of a desk or something. Once the sanding's all complete, then I'll trim the drawer bottom to size and cut a rabbet to fit inside of the groove on all four parts. I'm trimming out the drawer bottom. I cut one straight edge on one side of the material and then measured from that side in several places to the proper width. In this case, it's about 295 millimeters. Since it's just one cut, I'm just taking the edge of the guide rail and lining it up to the marks across the face of the stock, and I'll go ahead and make the cut. I'm ready to cut the rabbets out on the drawer bottom. So I've marked the face, which side I want up, and I'm going to cut the rabbet on the opposite side. I've already pre-measured for the proper depth of cut to fit the slot in the drawer. And I'll cut both sides first, and then finish up with the long grain cut to eliminate any tear out. And on the back of the drawer, there's no rabbet. clamps, I always like to have 2 points of clamp pressure if possible, just to make sure the work's secure.